So recording is started. So today we will see more concept about class.
राजीव, कल की रिकॉर्ड हेलो
Yes,
कल की रिकॉर्डिंग आपने शेयर नहीं करी थी।
मैंने आपको एक लिंक शेयर किया था YouTube पर,
ओके 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 ओके।
तो वहाँ पे
हाँ
अवेलेबल है। नहीं होगा तो आप बता दीजिएगा, लेकिन आई कैन रीशेयर यू। फाइन
हाँ, गूगल डॉक्स पे शेयर कर दो आप,
फाइन फाइन।
या आप यूट्यूब वाला ही शेयर कर दो, मैं शेयर कर दूंगा सबके साथ, ठीक है?
ये श्योर श्योर।
ओके,
Rajiv, Rohit
थैंक यू।
here.
सॉरी,
Rohit, this side.
यस हु इज इट? टेल मी।
रोहित राज।
हाय रोहित,
Hi.
हाउ आर यू?
Can you share the channel name of YouTube?
Yeah, I will share the link. No problem.
Okay, okay. Okay, continue.
Fine. So today we are going to see like more concept about class, constructor overloading and method overloading. Fine. So in last class we had discussed about how we can create class in Java, what is a method in Java, like how we are going to create variables, how we are going to use variables, how we are like creating constructor, how we are going to create class objects. Fine. So this concept we had seen it till yesterday, and today we will see more on that topic. So let me first start with Eclipse. I guess everyone has done with their setup part. For like working in Java, you don't need Selenium jar files, and even you don't need internet. But for Selenium, since it's a web-based automation, you require internet connection and other things. Okay, I'll share it. So in interview, they are going to ask what is a constructor and like how we can access the constructor. So this concept they are going to ask like what are the types of constructor in Java, and what is constructor overloading. So these are the basic questions they are going to ask you in interview about constructor. So and also one question like what is the difference between constructor and the method. So these are like basic questions they will be keep on asking about Java. So yesterday I create one like project. You can see this is the name of project and this is the by default structure. So one thing I would like to show you here. Suppose that you have created one project. So what happens in the background? See that I have created a project called Java demo SAP, right? So let me explain that. When you will go to your workspace, so in your system by default like location is your C drive and the users and the user in which you have logged in. So here you will find your workspace, but for my system I have moved the workspace here. So workspace is a like repository where you can create multiple projects. You can see yesterday I created this project. So what happens, one folder is created. So in the back end one folder is created, and in folder by default these structures are being created. So bin is there, src is there, so you will have to go to src. When you will go to src, these are the name of the package, but in by default window it is coming as file folder. Fine. And whatever the files I have created, like it is coming here as text file, you can see, and by default .java extension is being added, and you can see here Java file is there. So these are the basic structure, and if you will go to bin directory, like you can find other similar package, and when you will go to package, you will find the similar dot class file. So dot class file is a very good concept that you will be like using it in the future. By default, whatever the code you have written, that is converted into dot class file. So dot java file is first converted into dot class file, and dot class file is understood by JVM and it is being executed. So for execution, this code is being used, and this is like byte codes, you cannot read it. So if you will right click and open with notepad, you will see there it's like coming into bit machine language code. So it is non-human readable, you cannot understand it, but you can have some idea about that, what is a class file in Java. And you should be aware about what is a class file. So for every .java file, there is similar class file being created, and it is being created by JVM. Fine guys. And this is like going for execution. So whatever the code you have written, that is converted into .java is converted into .class, and that .class is being executed. Fine, because machine cannot understand your English language, so it has to be converted in some code which machine can understand. So first it is converted into .class file. So that pretty clear. Fine. Now I will take this package today, like com7. This is as of now blank. Right click here, go to new, go to class. So what will happen, I will design one class here. So class name is demo 123. I'm just giving the name here, and I'm not like using public static void main here. Just creating one class. So by default, my structure of the class is like this. So block is being given by default. So curly bracket is started and curly bracket is like being closed. So this is the basic structure. You can also remove this. Public is also not required, but this is mandatory. Class in small keys and class name. The first letter should be capital, and some characters are also being allowed, that you can go for Google and find it out that what are the characters are allowed in the class name. Fine. So this is the access modifier, and this is the class keyword, and this is the name of class. I am like just using one integer variable int x, not giving any value, int y, and again I am not giving any value. It means I am creating variable but not initializing it. Fine. I am designing one constructor. So for designing constructor, it's pretty simple. You will have to use class name, then parenthesis open, close, then block open, close. So this is the basic structure, and this is like by default constructor, or it is also called no parameter constructor. Fine. So you will write some code for constructor initializing. Say that I am writing here x equal to 100 and y equal to 200. Fine. And let me design one character type and one string type. Like ch here is the keyword, and I'm just going to take one variable like ch equal to, in single quotes I'm using capital A. Fine guys. So this is one concept, and I'm also using one string type variable. So s should be capital. You should remember it's like primitive data type, but a string is like a class in Java. So string str. Just I have created one variable but not assigned any value. Let me remove from here too, because I will be assigning it later. So variable designing part completed. Now I'm coming to the constructor part. So for ch, I will be assigning some value here. Ch equal to, say that I am using a capital A. Fine. And I am using like for str, I'm taking here like computer. So it's like a string, so that's why I'm taking in double quotes. And you have to put like semicolon. So once it is done, you can see like this is the variable and this is like constructor to initialize the variables with some default value whenever you will create an object of the class. So this is the code, it will execute only when you will create the object. And for confirmation, I'm just putting here SYSO. SYSO control space, remember it, control space, and you have to hit enter. You will get the method name. System is a class, like out is the variable inside that system class, and print ln is like method of this variable. Fine. So I will also like let you know in the later session that what is this, and I'm just putting here inside default constructor. So this is my code for default constructor. What I will do, I will design one parameterized constructor, and here I will like twist the order because I wanted to show you something here. Say that I am using here a string str1. For like character I am using char ch1, and for like integer I am using int x1, and for like again integer type. Hello, I'm audible to everyone or not?
Yes, yes, yes.
Then someone was telling like saying I'm not audible, so I got confused here. So like for y I am taking here y1 to avoid the confusion. Fine. So here I have designed this, but what I will do, like let me modify parameterized meterized 1. So I am inside the parameterized 1 constructor. I am like spelling is incorrect, but I will correct it. constructor constructor, right? So again I will copy this. I wanted to show you something because like you can have one default constructor, but you can have multiple parameterized constructor. So how you are going to design multiple parameterized constructor, because every constructor is like having the same name. So what you can do, you can change the order. You can change the order and you can design the parameterized constructor. So I will change the order over here. Say that I have removed it from here and I will put it at the last. So by changing the order also you can design your parameterized constructor or you can remove it. So in this way also you can design your parameterized constructor. So first the concept is like designing part. Fine. Now using these variables which I will be passing into the main method. I will pass some value from the main method and these values will be used to initialize these variables. So I will be using str to this. Fine, because this is variable, so no need to put double quotes. Remind it. Fine. So notice this point. If you are like assigning some variable, so that's why I am giving in double quotes. But if I am using some variable for assignment, so that time I don't need to put some double quotes. Suppose that I am using ch1 for ch. So here I will not use any comma, something like that, quotes. I will simply assign it. For x, I will use x1 here. Fine. And for y1, I will assign it to y. And let me copy this And let me change the code inside this. Fine. So by like twisting or modifying the order of constructor type or order of like parameters, type of parameters, you can have multiple constructors. So you can design multiple parameterized constructor over here. Fine guys. So inside the parameterize 2, I have given the name as inside the parameter 2 constructor. Fine. So how I am going to use this? So for using this, you should have one main method. So my designing part has been complete, and you can use Control D for removing one line. If you want to remove one line, note it down. A shortcut key is here, Control D. Say that you want to delete one line, you can simply use Control D. This is also like very important. In programming, you will be using it multiple times. And for formatting, Control A, Control Shift F. Also note it down. Control A, Control Shift F. So formatting part is already automatically being done. So my designing part has been
Rajiv,
completed.
same name. Rajiv, with same name, multiple constructor you can design like demo 123, demo 123, demo 123. Is it allowed or how is it?
See, default constructor only one is available. Fine.
Okay.
But for parameterized constructor, you could have multiple. By changing the number of parameters or type of the parameters or order of the parameters.
Okay.
Type of the parameter, number of the parameter and order of the parameter. So shortcut for formatting is Control A for select all the code, then Control Shift F or Control I. Fine. So two shortcut keys are there for formatting. You can use it. Now you should have one main method. So for main method, simply type main, put Control space bar. You will get main method. Just hit enter button. A main method automatically being inserted. You can see over here. So yesterday I have shown you how to use the class. So for using the class, just copy the name of the class, come inside the main method and simply paste it. Then give the name of the object from like by which name you want to call the object. So I am like giving the name obj1. Let me give the obj1. Then space bar, then equal to, then new operator. Sorry. Then parenthesis open and close, then semicolon. So what will happen when line number 30 will be executed? This will look for by default constructor and this line of code would be automatically called. So if I want to show you the demo, I will run this and see the console output. See, when this line of code has been executed, this will look for default because you have not passed any parameter here. So matching method is this one. You can see here matching, right? So demo 1 3 parenthesis and no argument. Demo 1 2 3 parenthesis with no argument. So by default it is matching with this. So this line of code has been executed, and for confirmation I have given here. So after execution of this line of code, this is coming as output. You can see inside default constructor. Say that someone told you, I want to call this constructor. How you are going to do that? Simple. Just copy this line of code. Just paste it here, and inside this you will like pass in the order in which you have designed it. So first order is string type variable. So for passing string type variable, you can simply pass like that India. I'm passing it India. Now second parameter is integer type, right? So second parameter integer type. After putting comma, you can pass the second parameter integer type. I'm passing here 456. Fine. And third parameter is also integer type. Third parameter is also integer type. So I am passing here 874. And fourth parameter is string type. Which one I am calling here? This one, no? So fourth, I am not like I think I wanted to call this, right? So how I am going to do that? String, character, integer, integer. So second like is character. So character in single quotes you will have to pass. Say that I am passing here capital G. And I am getting error due to this because two objects cannot have the same name. And what is the error? Comma is missing, right? Now you can see this is fine. So if this line of code will be executed, so what will happen? It will match with this constructor. So this line of code would be you getting in the output. You can see over here, it is matching with this line of code. I think it is clear. Now I will show you how to call this. So matching type of this you should keep in your mind. Let me copy this and I will paste it. So first let me collect here obj s3. I am creating here one variable. Fine. And I am like I want to use this like the string at the last. So simply I will cut it. I will go to last, put the comma and I will paste it and remove the comma part, right? So it is matching with this constructor. So it will be calling this constructor. Fine. So basic difference between method and constructor is that method is like you need to call it. Method is you need to call it and constructor is automatically being called only once when an object is created, but method you can call multiple times, as many times as you want. Fine. Method would be like can be called multiple times, but constructor would be calling only once. Fine. And let me execute so that you can have some idea that whether it is going to work or not. So first, like it is calling default constructor due to this line of code, and after that you are calling like parameterize one. So it is matching with this, so that's why it is like calling this one, and this is matching with this. Fine. So this is the standard way of designing and like calling of constructor. I hope like constructor overloading and like lot of things about constructor you have been cleared about. Fine. So constructor basically is a kind of method, but it is like name having same as class name, and it does not have a return type over here like methods. You were having some return type. It can have a return statements. Fine. And by default, it is returning the reference of the object for which you are initializing. So these are the basic things which will be asked in the interview. Even I have been asked like few of times that what is the return type of constructor, like what is the constructor in Java. So you can say that constructor is like called only once at the time of creation of object. And one thing I would like to like remind you, so right part is called that like object creation, and left part is like called the reference creation. So this is the reference and this is the object. So this takes place in the heap memory area, and this takes place in the stack memory area. So these are like things which you should know. This is taking place in the stack memory area, and this is taking place inside the heap memory area. For more like concept, you can Google it out that what is the stack memory area and what is heap memory area in Java. So you will have a good knowledge on that part too. Fine. So every time you are going to create an object, it is going to like take one place in heap memory area. And one more concept I want to give you, say that you have created one object, fine, and you have like assign it or calling name, you have given it obj1. Next time, suppose that you want this calling name to be assigned with other type, other object, so you can also do that. Say that next time you can create, you don't need to create object obj1, you can simply use obj1 equal to, so there is big difference between this line of code and this line of code. Mind it. What will happen? I'll try to explain. If you can like understand, that will be fine. So first time it is creating one object and that calling name is given as obj1. Fine. Next time when you will like give the name same as like this, you will get a compile time error. Simply, it is getting a compile time error, but like it is not allowed. But this is allowed. So how this is allowed and what is the internal structure, I will like to explain you. Next time again one new object is being created and this reference is disconnected and now it is pointing, it is connected with a new object. Fine. So there is no relation between this and this. There is no relation between this line, this object and this object. Only the name of both the objects are same, but when you will be using 42 after execution of line number 42, this will be called as no reference. It means इसका कोई नाम नहीं है. अब इसका कोई नाम नहीं है. It means anonymous. Fine. So this concept is like called like garbage. You can say garbage. This is having like no name. उसका कोई नाम ही नहीं है, अननाम है. Fine. So this is like concept like which is like a very vast concept in Java, and you should know about that. And one more like way of creating an object is that like let me give you a concept. Say that you are using this, only this. So what will happen? So this is also called no name object, anonymous. This concept is called anonymous object. ANONYMOUS, anonymous object. Fine. Because if you just need only one object for only one like line of code, so you don't need to like create object assigning the object variable, something like that. You can simply use this and this will also take one space inside the heap memory area and one object would be created. So after execution of line number 44, how many objects would be created? I will let you know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fine. So there are 5 objects created after line execution of line number 44. This concept is called anonymous. This concept is called reassigning a new object with old reference. Reassigning a new object with old reference, because this is reference. Fine. You should know this concept because might be you are seeing this concept in the coming classes, that what is anonymous class or anonymous object in Java. So this concept is called anonymous object. Let me execute.
Raju.
Yes.
Hello. Yeah. What is the difference of creating new object reference? Either we had on existing object, right?
No, this is the way. This is the way in which you can create. There is a difference like suppose that you want to use this object multiple times. So you have given here one name, right? So by using this
The
name,
reference is object. Yeah,
yeah.
object is the reference for the
So by using this
entire
reference,
object.
you will be calling the same object. Fine.
Yeah,
But what will happen?
different. I mean, methods.
How
We'll
you
be
will
calling a
call
method,
this
right? By
in the
using.
next line? You cannot call it. It is only active for one line of code.
No. What I'm asking is using the reference of the object. I'll give you a small example like object J1 dot. If I need to call demo 123, I can call demo 123. Object is dot demo 123, right? We can call as of that, right?
Yes.
Am I right?
Yeah, yeah. So I will show you what will happen if you will execute now. See here. What is happening here? You can see. So 5 objects are created. So that's why it is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fine here.
Yeah, got it.
And suppose that you can also create like this. This is also called anonymous. This is also called anonymous, but what the constructor which would be matching to this would be called. Getting the output and see, analyze like how it is interacting, how it is calling. You should have this concept, right?
Yeah.
Fine. Any question till now? You can ask, no problem. And one more concept I would like to give you because it is showing here like yellow color. So these are like warnings, not errors. If you will like see red color, so that is called like compile time error. But if you see yellow like bulb kind of thing, so this is warning. It is just saying that you have created the object reference but you have not used. So that's why it is like coming here. Fine. I think this was one concept which I wanted to show you. Now I will show you one concept like how you are designing one class and using that class outside the class. Here till here I was using the class inside the same class because you are having the main method inside the same class. Fine. Now I will show you, you can design one class and you can use it later anywhere you want. So how we are going to achieve that? Fine guys. It's pretty simple. Let me copy this. Copy and let me paste this. So earlier it was demo 123, now it is demo 124. What I will do, I will remove these things because I don't need that. I will remove this. I don't need that. This I will cut it because I want to show you some design pattern. Not cut. I should not cut because I should create one more class because I will be sharing the code, so you will get confused. Copy and let me paste it. Fine. So this I will cut it from here. So assume that I have designed one class called demo125. Fine guys, and I am not having any main method inside the same class, and I want to use this class in different file outside this class. Fine. So how I am going to achieve that concept? So for demo purpose I have like designed one more class, that name is 124. As of now you can see here it is blank. Fine. Simple, pretty simple. I'm pasting the code here. Assume that this is demo 125 and this is demo 124. I have two classes. In demo 125 I am not having any main method and I want to use this class in this class. So one class is there, one class is here. I want to use demo 125 in demo 124. How I am going to achieve that? Let me remove or comment it because this will confuse you. So this is the very good concept, and here I would like to explain you something. So here comes the role of package. So this is the name of my package, like com77. Fine guys. So this class and this class both are into the same package. So class number 124 and class number 125 both exist in the same package. So you can directly use, there is no problem, you can directly create object. There is no restriction as of now, and there is restriction only for private member that I will be discussing in access modifier classes. I simply want to show you like how you can use your class outside the class. So first you have to find one main method, because for using the class you should have one main method. So my design part has been complete. Let me remove because this will confuse you. Say that I want to use this constructor, right? So how I'm going to do that? Pretty simple. The name of the class, just use, then obj, I'm using 5 equal to new, name of the class, parenthesis, open, close. Fine. So when I will run this, say that right click, run as Java application. You can see you are getting inside default constructor. Fine. So not to confuse you, I am twisting the code over here, like modifying is something 125. Just I have, for confirmation, I have written here 125, because you might be thinking from where it is coming. I am just modifying 125. Fine. Now again I will run this. See, oh, I have given here 1, 2, 3, right? Let me give 1, 2, 5. Say that I am running this class inside this class. So you should have one main method, and inside the main method you can like create the object. So once you will be creating the object, this will be calling default constructor. Fine. And since you have written the code for default constructor, it will be executing this line of code. Let me run this. Inside default constructor 125, and say that you want to print the value. You want to print the value of these 4 variables. So how you can do that? Simple, pretty simple. Inside the main method, you have created one object. So via this object and dot operator, you can access all the members of that class which is not private. Mind it, which is not private. As of now, I have not like given any private public concept. So all are by default. As of now, all 4 variables are by default, like default variables. Fine. And I can use default variables inside a package, anywhere inside the package. It is allowed in Java. So rule, first you should know about the rule, then you can use this. So how you are going to use that? I will use CISO and control space, and I will use this obj over here and put dot operator. And what the members you can see over there, you can see some are coming in green and some are coming in triangle. So triangle means it is a default member of the class. Like you should know about that. If you are getting triangle symbol, like blue color triangle symbol, it means this is the default member of class. Fine guys. So you can see like ch, str, x, y. So what the value you want to print, you can simply print it. So what will happen, just see that, and why it is happening I will tell you. So first, like this is executed, so that due to that line of code, it is coming as inside default constructor, and since I have printed it, so it is printing here computer. Let me match. So you should use one trick is Java. One trick there in Java, like you can use control and click. So hold down control key and you will get like declaration. You just need to click here. It will take you there. So value of str after default constructor is computer, right? So when the default constructor has been executed, the value of str is assigned as computer. So that is why it is coming as computer. Fine, guys. So this, I think this is clear. Now I will be using one more. Let me copy that. This. Name should not be same. So I will have to change the name. Change type of object 6 to demo 123. Oh, it is not matching. I should give the name as 125. It should match, right? So you will have to check, like while copying and pasting. So it should match. Like demo 125, it is matching, and it will be like looking for that constructor which is matching with this. So this is matching with where I have copied from. I think, yeah, with this, right? Let me execute it. So inside parameterized constructor 125, you are getting over here. You can see here. So how this code is going to work, and if you will use like similar, this time you can see which line of code is being executed and what is the latest value. So you should use here obj6. Fine, guys. So when you will be executing, you can see now it is coming as India. So why it is coming as India? For obj6 you will have to check. So this time it is like I'm passing what I'm passing here India. I'm passing here India. So it is going to assign in this. Here it is assigning in this. So that is why when it is running as this one, so it means India is being assigned to str. And if you are printing here obj6.str, so that is why it is printing as India. I have passed India, so that is why it is coming as this way. So this is the concept of like a constructor overloading, like how you are using class and creating object inside a class, creating object outside the class in different class. So this is also one concept, very good concept. Until here, if anyone has any question, they can ask me so that I can proceed if you don't have any questions. Any question, guys? No questions? Hello? Yeah, video would be shared, don't worry. No questions? Okay.
Yeah.
Fine. Now I am proceeding further. Fine. What I'll do, I will copy demo 1, 2, 3. Copy, right? and pasting it again here. Paste, paste, paste. I'm getting paste here. Demo 126. I'm going to give you a very good concept. I hope you will like it. Fine. Let me keep it as same. I'm going to give you the concept of initializer block or instance block in Java. INITIALIZER or instance block or non-static block in Java. So all threes are like same: non-static, instance or initializer. Fine. How you are going to use this concept? It's pretty simple. Curly bracket open and curly bracket close. Fine. Curly bracket open and curly bracket close. Inside that you can write anything as per your choice. Let me not initialize. You can use anything. Initialize to INITIALIZER initializer block. Fine. So what happens? This block is called each and every time before constructor. Any constructor, fine, before the execution of any constructor, but at the time of creation of object. So you can see here, I have created how many objects? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 objects here. Fine. And if I will run here, so each and every time when constructor is going to execute, this is automatically being called. Inside initializer block, inside default constructor, inside initializer block, inside parameterized constructor. So this is a very good concept. Before constructor it is being called. It not the case that I have written it on the top. You can write it anywhere inside the class. This is like constructor, right? So let me write here. You have to look at it. This is like non-static block, initializer or instance block. For each like object, it is automatically being called once at the time of creation of object before constructor. You should know about this concept. Fine. And if I am executing, you can see here there is no change in the output. Fine guys, you can design it anywhere inside the class. Inside the class, it means you can design it after the main method, but it should be inside the class. So this is the closing of class. You can see line number 56. It is the closing of class. This is the main method, and I am designing one initializer block over here, and I am running it. There is no change in the output. Just for demo purpose, I have shown you. So this is the initializer block. Again I am running, show the output. You can have a look. Fine guys. So
Rajiv, one question here.
Who is this?
It's Vipin, Rajiv.
Yes, hi Vipin.
Yes, hi Rajiv. So where we can use the initializer or instance block?
In the class you can use it for initializing. Say that whatever the code you have written in the constructor, you can write the same code inside that, and suppose that there is one final variable in Java, and if you want to initialize it with some default value, then in that case also you can use it.
Okay, Rajiv.
Fine. say that I have written what the code I have written inside the constructor. You can write all the code. There is no problem. Fine. Say that I am removing this code from here and I am writing that code here. Fine. And
Hello, Reggie.
yes, who is this?
Yes, on this side. I have a query that you told the concept of the initializer block. Okay,
Yes.
but you told the concept of initializer block that you have to put your code uh, close I opening and closing early bracket. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So what would be that situation when we would need to use it in our code? How we will know?
How you are using constructor?
Hello.
How you are using constructor at the time of creation of object, right?
Exactly.
You cannot call it explicitly. It is automatically being triggered. Fine.
Yes.
Suppose
Okay. Yes.
that you want some code to be triggered before constructor.
Okay.
So in that case, you can put those line of codes over here.
So, so what would be that situation? That I mean, if you can give a real time example, if anyone.
Didn't get your question exactly.
I mean that you told if you want to call any code before initializing the constructor, then you should you should put your code inside the initializer block. I'm right?
No, I'm telling, suppose that you want something to use inside the constructor, and before using that like line of code, you want something to be exist. So you can put that line of code inside the initializer block, because
Okay.
it's like sequence, in which sequence it is going to trigger. The first like non-static block is being automatically triggered at the time of creation of object, but only once. You cannot use explicitly. You cannot use it explicitly. Fine.
That's the thing. So the same, I have the same question. What would be that situation? Could you give me a one or two real-time example where we need to put the initializer block to execute before creation of the object that it should call in my program?
That I'll find it somewhere in the Google, then I will let you know. But here you can simply use, say that you have created one variable as a you should assume you have created some variable over here, and you are using that variable inside your constructor. So that concept you can use that. Fine.
Okay.
And fine, one more concept I want to give you, like method overloading. That is pretty simple to constructor overloading, but here you will have to use the method. So I think that time is over for today. That topic I will try to cover in the next session, but for demo purpose I will give you the design how you can achieve that. So let me copy this, not this is my base, right? Copy, paste it. Fine. So let me remove these things, not remove, because I will be using the same concept over here, and let me change the name of constructor to method. Fine. So now I have given the name as method, and it is asking me, because it is not a constructor, you should have the return type. So I have put the return type as void. Again, what I will do, I will give the same name over here. So again it is going to give me compile time error, and I am changing its name as some return statement void. So this is the concept of method overloading. Fine guys, and here we are not having constructor, so it is going to give the error. say that I want to use like these methods. So my design part has been complete and I want to use these methods. So how I am going to use that? Pretty simple. Fine. Simply I have created one object and reference of that object. That reference is called obj1 here, and I will be using like this and dot. So while putting the dot, you can see you are getting the methods name, and there are two methods which are having the same name but with the different parameters. So this concept is called method overloading in Java. You have two methods name same, but the order of the parameter are different. So someone will be asking you about the concept of method overloading. So you should tell like the method overloading concept can be achieved inside the same class. First point is that return type could be same or could be different, that is not mandatory. Second point. Third point is that number of parameters or type of parameters or order of parameters should be different. This is the very important third point. So via this you can achieve the method overloading. The method name should be same. Say that inside a home you are having like or inside a class you or school, assume like example of school. Inside an school like inside a school there is one class, and in class like name Pankaj, like there are four guys, like fine. So there would be confusion. So there should be something to differentiate. Fine. So which Pankaj you want to call? So by the parameters you can differentiate like which Pankaj you want to call. So I have given the name here method and which method I want to call. Say that I want to call this method. So I will be like using it this way. First, like this is a string type. So I will be using a string over here. Say that England. For CH, I am using in single quotes like E. For X1 I am using, it means integer type, I am using 454. And Y is also integer type, I am using 854. Fine. And this will be executed, that is fine. So if this will be executed, so it is matching with this, right? England, E, integer. So this method would be called, like let me remove this constructor, it should method. Fine guys. And if I will execute, you will see over here, inside the parameterize one method. So default constructor, it will be called, and after that you are getting initialize inside parameterize method. So this line of code has been executed. But if you want to print the value, so you should use CSO, like system.out.println. Fine guys. And here you should use this obj1 dot and any variable you want to print, say that str you want to print. If you run this, you are getting England. So this is the concept which I have shared with you. If anyone has any question, they can ask. So I have covered a lot of topics today. I have covered like initializer block, INITIA, LIZER, initializer block in Java. I have covered how to use class outside the class. So these topics I have covered today. Anyone has any confusion, they can ask. Fine, guys.